Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. In the previous episode, I attempted to explain some of the mechanics of Shadowrun Dragonfall, or just Shadowrun in general, while creating our character, and then we began our first mission with an old partner in crime. A mission that's just supposed to be another job. But of course, who knows what could happen. So far so good. If your skirmish with security set off any alarms, you don't hear them. Monica leads the rest of the team downward into the basement of the Hartfeld Manor. Harfeld. Your payday is waiting. The data vault lies ahead. Dietrich eyes the door, then turns to Monica. That's a big freaking vault, Liebchen. Bigger than on the schematic. Well, the schematics didn't have a date. Our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should be just on the other side of this door. Monica combs a hand through her hair, parting it to reveal a black plastic sheath of her data jack. A quick jaunt into the matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. Burst of static crackles through the tiny speaker on Monica's comlink. Iger, still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently on the vault door. Glory looks cold and distant, just as she always does. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not in the KSK anymore, and that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us, the same principles that apply to the Flux State. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. Best get used to it, Iga love. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. If you have a decking of 2, you can suggest that you hack the door instead of Monica, but that just leads to nothing. Look, I agree with Dietrich. If someone needs to take charge, it'll happen. That may be how your mystical flux state works, but in the field, that kind of thinking gets you killed. Come on, Monica, put someone in charge and let's get on with the mission. Monica stares at the screen on her wrist for a moment, clearly irritated, then a twinkle appears in her eye again. She smiles at you and speaks into her comlink. Very well, we'll do this one Iger's way. While I'm jacked in, Talia is in charge. There's a pause, then Iger's voice crackles out of the comlink. Talia, did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? Listen, Iger, you asked for a decision and you got one. This is ridiculous. I know that this is a joke to you, Monica, but I'm telling you... Iger? Monica's tone is all business. Evidently, she has heard enough. The decision's made. You have your answer. Acknowledged. Without another word, Iger's image flickers and fades from Monica's communicator. Sorry about that. Iger can be inflexible. Legacy of a long military career. But she knows what she's doing and she means well. I'll buy her a beer and talk it out after the run. Good woman. Iger's skills and experience are invaluable to this team. It would be good to have her on your side. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get this done. Monica turns towards the door, fingers poised on the controls of her cyberdeck, then glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. Then she punches it, projecting her consciousness into the cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing in the smooth rhythmic staccato that only an expert decker can achieve. Without warning, Monica's back arches violently and her head jerks back, silencing the terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple throughout her face, and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying from between her teeth. You look down to see a nub of pink flesh hit the floor, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into chaos. Her action. Glory leaps toward Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap the team's fallen decker in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that rack her body. Monica's unearthly screams in the ring still ringing sharply in your head. You are only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. Help Glory pull the plug on Monica's data jack. While Glory holds Monica's head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack to her cyber deck. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank and the cord comes free. A wisp of oily blue smoke traces its way from her data jack to the ceiling. The commingled scents of charred meat and ozone fill the air. You've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face and blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles in her jaw tensing and the look of concentration in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Just stay with us, Monica, okay? We're going to get you out of here. Save your breath. Glory's voice is strained. She's had a stroke. Bad one. She'll be dead before we're even back to the van. Damn it! What the hell happened to her in there? Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welling up in her mouth comes pouring out in a slick covering her chest. She expels a thick, guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shapes she needs. Fear. With an effort, Monica opens her eyes and meets yours. You see the pain and fear in her gaze. And something else? Hope? Feuer schwing. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts, then her chin drops to her chest and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room, a computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on its recessed screen. Slowly, she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face and she stops fighting. Her gore-slick jaw goes slack, and she dies. Well, shit. Monica, no, this can't be happening. We've got hostiles. This clearly isn't a data vault. We need to get out of here. Oh, these bastards are gonna pay for this. Every last one of them. Alright, hopefully if I move here, you can still hit this guy. No. Alright, let's take these two out first, before their friends can respond. Can't get into a good position. Don't want to use my grenade, not yet. Glory, could you maybe smack him around? Get them into a position where maybe we can get an attack off on them. Bleeding. That's not going to be enough to kill them. Unfortunately, line of sight is blocked. Idiot. Glory, finish him off. Okay. Let's get this terminal activated. MC POS Building Maintenance Software version 1.01. Command line interface. Internal memory checksum invalid. Talia. Dietrich scans the room nervously. They've sealed the door behind us. We've got to find another way out of here. What are you doing? With decking 1, you can do this, but it's mainly dialogue. Monica was trying to tell me something about this terminal. It must be important. Well, any ideas? Something tells me we're going to have more company soon. I don't know yet. Watch my back while I figure this out. Text continues to scroll down the terminal. Problem has been detected with a core component of MC POS. Restore MC POS to factory default settings? Yes, no? Warning. Restore process will take several minutes to execute. Connected doors and peripherals will be disarmed when complete. Hit the Y key. Processing request. 0% complete. As you watch the number on the screen slowly begins to climb. This is going to take a while. You glance down at a second screen to see that the facility is on high alert. In place of a simple data vault, it seems you've stumbled upon some kind of massive underground complex. The map of the holdfast grounds indicates that security forces are en route from multiple angles. Doors are currently being rebooted by the system's restore process are flashing a dull red. If you're reading this display correctly, the only exit from this room is the Holdfast's old servants' entrance on the western side of the building. At that moment, Iger's image winks onto your comlink with a crackling sound. The image is grainy, flickering in and out. What's going on down there, rookie? Talk to me. Monica's down, Iger. The vault was a setup. What? No time to explain. We'll be exiting via an old servant's entrance to the west of the main grounds. I need you to keep that exit clear. Iger's silence is thick, but when she finally responds, her tone is professional. Roger that. She cuts out without another word. Glory turns to face you, her movement smooth and robotic. Her voice comes out in a frosty monotone. What's the play, Talia? I say we kill every Dreckhead who enters this room. How does that sound? Dietrich's pained expression twists into a mask of hate. His hands begin to glow with primal energy. Yeah, I'm good with that. Me too. I thought so. When the door locks disarm, we make a break for it. Until then, we make them pay for Monica. Yeah, we're gonna have every enemy coming at us. And we have to survive for 10 turns. My best bet is that we're better off staying around this area and just killing any enemy that comes our way. So I'm going to use the time that we currently have with no enemies around to try to get the others into a good position. I'm probably going to switch over to Glory's pistol for this, because I don't really want her running in. Unfortunately, we don't have Overwatch yet, but so be it. We can also summon a spirit from over there, though, well, we could summon it, but I want to hold off on doing so until enemies start pouring in. Come on, where are these guys? Ah, there they are. That's how they're going to come in from over here. We got this drone, we got that guy. Target acquired. Yeah, target this, you son of a gun. Got him with both, took him out. Nice. Let's see, Dietrich. Let's go for an aimed throw on this guy. Didn't quite kill it. Ah, and I missed the other shot. Alright, Glory, you get over here and see if you can take it out with an aim shot and not taking any chances. Alright, there's another guy. Oh! Dietrich! Is your heal ready? Good. Yeah, I don't tend to mess with melee-based characters all that often, so Glory's going to be a little difficult to use, but she's going to be one of the more valuable members of the team. Unfortunately, I don't have a line of sight on either of these guys, and that one has a shotgun, so I don't really want to be going out in the open to try to take him out. Well, line of sight ain't blocked anymore on this one, but because of the cover, I didn't do a whole lot of damage to him. And Dietrich, I know, is going to be out of range. So, why don't we summon this spirit? A wind dancer. It's got electro current and a lightning bolt. And I'm just going to hold off with Glory. Oh boy. Let's give it 4 AP. Move it over here, and then blast this guy. Yeah, they both have an equal shot at hitting. Ooh, lightning, minus 10 HP per round. Nice. That missed, but oh well. And that also missed. So be it. It should also be noted that while you have the spirit out, your shaman has 1 less HP. So, something to keep in mind. I don't have to move to take them out. The figure loping towards you is big, even for an orc. The majority of his body is sheathed in a suit of heavy overlapping plates. What you can see of his face looks raw and slick, like old scar tissue stretched tight over his skull. He wears an expression of supreme confidence. Alright, friends, playtime's over. All you Shadowrunners are the same. Skulking, sneaking. Steal a vase or two from the museum, no harm. Maybe I'd let you scamper away into the night. But now it's too late for that sort of generosity. Visitors aren't welcome down here. The gaping maw of the minigun jerks upward, an impatient gesture loaded with malice. Drop your weapons and surrender. That's military-grade armor he's wearing, Talia, hardened against small arms fire. We'll have a tough time getting through it. I'm less concerned about the armor than I am about that minigun. Those things can tear a man in half. You have 3 seconds before I open the hose. Step out here and surrender, and I promise I'll make this easy. How about you drop your enormous gun and step over here instead? Funny. You're funny, lady. The orc's gauntleted fist tightens, and you hear the distinct whir of his Vindicator's motor spinning up to speed. The barrels begin to blur as he wheels the weapon to face you. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a problem for us. But the thing is, we're not really gonna be fighting this guy a whole lot. I mean, we are, but... yeah, I really wish that when you aimed at someone, it could show you a location where you could see someone, you know, when their line of sight is blocked. I can hit both of them with this. It might not be a bad idea. Okay, that one's stunned. He has 1 less AP, which is good for us. Let's see. Just gonna keep aiming at him. Yeah, missed both shots. Let's try for an aimed shot. We don't have to kill him, but if we do enough damage, he'll eventually leave. Alright, give that one 4 AP. Let's see. Blast him, or at least attempt to blast him. Now, if you're wondering why the DOT from the electro current only did 3 damage, I'm willing to bet it's probably something to do with his armor. Alright, let's blast her. Good, she's dead. And then keep blasting him. Hopefully he'll just waste his time and try going after the spirit. Ah, well then. Okay, best I take out the drone, just so that it's no longer a problem. It's a 22% chance, but I'm gonna take it. I just need to get this guy to leave us alone. Yeah, I can get him from here, but it's only 52% chance. And yeah, there was some possible friendly fire, but of course he missed. Alright, let's keep going with the 4 AP. Just get this guy taken care of. Seriously? There we go. Not that it did a whole lot. Okay, good. She's got a line of sight. Okay, he's taken care of. We just have this big guy to worry about. Let's just use a healing spell on Dietrich. Talia, let's try and get some burst shots off on him. good. The Wind Dancer can get a little more damage. He should leave. Seriously? Still not leaving, huh? Glory, take an aim shot on him. Okay, yeah, no, I think he's taking as much damage as he can. Just gonna end things here. The door unlocks with a loud click. Your escape route is clear. Ah, there we go. The orc suddenly pauses, inclining his head to one side and covering his ear with a finger. His vindicator starts to spin down. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. He grunts briefly, tapping the finger against his ear. Squads 3 and 5 report to main entrance. Do not let the intruders escape. Without another word, he slings his weapon over an armored shoulder and turns to leave the room. Hey, we were just getting started here. Okay, well, first off, banish the spirit so Dietrich can get his turns back. Then I gonna need to have him start running down this way. Same goes for everybody. We are getting out of here. No sense in sticking around. You don't get karma points for killing enemies. Whoa. If I can, I'd like to run everybody to the exit. Unfortunately, Dietrich can't quite make it. Okay, could Glory and Talia make that? Not quite. I can, but Glory can't. Good. You run as far as you can, and then we'll all get out of here next turn. Dietrich, you go first. You're the most wounded. And let's get out of here. Iger rises from her corpse-strewn perch at your approach. From the look on her face, it's obvious that she's already sized up the situation. I knew this was going to happen. I effing knew it. We can talk about this later. For now, we need to bug out. Tell me something I don't know. Iger slaps the side of the van. Pile in, people. Talia? When we get back to the Kreuz Bazaar, we're gonna have a little talk. Oh, she's gonna be trouble. I just know it. The Kreuz Bazaar, home to nearly 500,000 people, and until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that locals call the Kreuz Bazaar. A safe port in the eye of a storm. The ride back to the Kreuz Bazaar is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van veers past potholes and garbage piles, a glare of streetlights and neon signs plays across your window, paints the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon, the van rounds a corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. The team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down into a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team a safe passage into the Kreuz Bazaar. Your safe house waits on the other side. Let's get inside. Can't happen fast enough, love. The sooner we get in, the sooner I can get drunk. You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of his steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part dealmaker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows. takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking the safe, the next she was on the ground screaming. I've seen Monica hit black ice before, but this was something worse. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Iger thrust a gloved finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. Brush your finger aside, shove her hand away. Let it happen. She jacked in, screamed, and she seized. Poke me again. I dare you. Iger recoils in surprise, then breaks into a feral grin. You're threatening me? Seriously? Her hands bunch into fists. Take a swing, please. I'd love an excuse to cave your face in. Ach, this is asinine. Talia did well in there, Iger. You didn't see it, and I know you don't believe it, but she did. So do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Shut it down? F that. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger! Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough! Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar. His fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Talia can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to take action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important. So hold nothing back. You say it was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility looked serious. It took serious funds to build. And time. And there was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? Monica lived long enough to say a name. Feuerschwing. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses a moment before responding. The Firewing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. That brings back many unpleasant memories. The Firewing? The most terrible of the dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course. But for Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Feuerschwing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was an important event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early days of the Awakening were traumatic, Aiga. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Feuerschwing is a bit of historical trivia, and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No. It doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feuerschwing has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? That's all we got, Paul. That's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? Amsel looks pained. I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. I warned her. I told her not to take the job, but she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-State political scene. I never liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux State. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. We need to track down Monica's client and press him for information. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There is a man here in the Kreuz Bazaar, a Turk named Altug Burak Ghazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Sizevi. No idea how to pronounce it. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. Do you think he would know something about Green Winters? When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. We'll talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Oof. Well, a lot has happened. We've gained a bunch of karma points that we can spend. I'd like to put it into getting full auto, but we don't specifically need it yet, so I think instead I'm going to put it into charisma so we can get our next etiquette. Which, if I'm correct, we should be getting corporate. That's the one I'm going for. We've already got straight. After that, I should probably put him into rifle so I can get full auto. But, unfortunately, that is something for another time, as we are well out of time for this episode. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.